honor and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatam. We come out here week in and week out to wake up the lost tribes of Israel, right? Who are God's chosen people, who are not living in Israel, who are scattered abroad all throughout the four corners of the earth, right? We come out here to wake up the so-called black, so-called Hispanic, so-called Native and Seminole Indians that don't even know who they are. They don't even know who their God is. So we come out here to teach them. And hey, whether they hear or they forbear, you're going to get this word, right? So we're going to come out of the word and let you know what the Lord says about foolishness, right?
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and verse 9. The thoughts. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and verse 9. The thoughts of foolishness is sin.
The what?
The thoughts of foolishness is sin.
And that you see every day. You know the thoughts of foolishness. It comes in every way, right? The Gadite came up and the brother asked him, do you speak English? Because a lot of people don't speak English in America. It don't matter what you look like. So he had to ask him, do you speak English? His first response was, do you? That's a thought of foolishness. Right? He's trying to get you the word, brother, to wake you up, to let you know you are a royal king. You're a special person, right? Unto God. And all you wanted was strife.
Right.
Nah. Do you? Was the first thing he said. He said, brother, you speak English? Do you? He's trying to get you to understand who you are. The first thing you want to do is what? Fight, right? That's sin, right?
That's right.
The Lord just told us the thought of foolishness itself is sin. You hating your brother is sin.
Right.
You not wanting to get along with you and your brother, that's sin.
That's right.
And it's also stupid.
That's
it's
right.
foolish. Right? Read that again from the top box.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
The thoughts of foolishness is sin.
The thought of foolishness is sin. People not wanting to smell the frankincense, that's foolishness. Go down there. I'm not talking about you.
Yes, you are.
Go down the street somewhere with your asthma, right? And hit your little inhaler, whatever, right? We ain't talking about you. I'm only out here for the lost tribes of the Most High God's children.
That's right.
The Israelites. I could care less about the rest of these nations. The same way y'all feel about us, we feel about y'all. Right? I'm only out here for my people. When my people don't like that smell, I know where you come from. You are of your father the devil.
That's right.
And of him will you do, right? That's what it is. Every other nation, y'all already the devil's children. I already know y'all can't take the smell, right? When y'all come up talking about something, it smell good, it got me all confounded. When y'all think it smell good, I'm like, oh snap, you sure you ain't got Israelite in you? You sure you ain't Israel? But hey, I'm not worried about her having asthma. She just so happened to be walking past whenever that happened. We're down here for our people.
That's right.
The thought of you not liking the smell that Christ that Christ loved, that's foolishness again, right? You should love everything that Christ loved. You should want to walk the same way that he walked.
Right.
And do everything that Christ did.
That's right.
Because he didn't come here, live, and die for an example for us not to follow his steps. It was exactly for us to follow his steps.
That's right.
Right? Read that again, King.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
The thoughts of foolishness is sin.
Right.
And the scorner is an abomination to men.
And the what?
And the scorner is an abomination to men.
And that's exactly what the scorner is. The scorner comes out here to what? Mock the people of God. To take away the word from those that are trying to get the word of the Lord, right? The scorner is an abomination. What's an abomination? Something that the Lord hates.
That's right.
Right? The Lord hates a scorner, right? We can get that out of, what is that? Is that second Esdras? 15 and 13, Baba Kasha? Come on.
This is the book of Sirach.
Sirach,
Chapter 15 and verse 13.
Come on.
The Lord hateth all abominations.
What the Lord say?
The Lord hateth all abominations.
Right.
And they that fear God loveth not.
And what?
And they that fear God loveth not.
That's why we hate abominations.
That's right.
We know what foolishness is, right? Let me get Proverbs 25 and 28, Baba Kasha.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 25 and verse 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down without walls.
Sister, you hear what he just said? Because I see you over here listening. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I see you over here listening. So, did you hear what he just said? That's all right. I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna ask the king to read it again. All right.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 25 and verse 28. He that have no rule over his own spirit
Right.
is like a city that is broken down without walls.
Now, when you hear that, what does that sound like to you? What would your interpretation of that be?
Someone that's just like living in the flesh, that's
Right.
not seeing, like just looking at the world how it is, not seeing like I'm looking at this phone. You see it's a phone, but it's more than just a phone. It
Right.
could be deeper than
So
what
it
it
said
is.
a person that has no rule over his own spirit, right?
Yeah.
It's like a city where the walls fell. Now, when you have a city, especially back in the old day, they always had walls to do what? Because if somebody came to siege you, to protect, right?
Yeah,
To
yeah.
keep protection around you. But a man without walls, does he have protection? Why? Because he has no rule over his what? His own spirit,
That's
right? And it's the spirit that quickeneth, right? Not the flesh. But how many people want to live in the spirit? Not many at all. Most people want to live in the flesh, don't they?
right.
They want to turn up. They want to go out here and instead of this smoke from the frankincense, they want to go get the smoke from what? Crack, cigarettes, weed, from everything other than what the Lord has given to us, right? Why does everybody want what you're not supposed to have? Right? Give me John 8:44. I'm going to show you why. Everybody wants what they're not supposed to have because they're a certain type of person.
This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father, the devil.
That's why they want everything that they're not supposed to have. Because they're of their father, the devil. What does the word devil mean? When you hear the word devil, what you think? It ain't the little red dude with the pitchfork, right?
It's something
It's
that's not God. It's like
not-
going against God.
It's going against the Lord, right?
That's right.
And there, it said that ye are of your father, the devil, right? And if the devil's your father, that means that you're going to be like him. You're going to have his traits, right?
Right.
Because we are of the Lord, right? The Israelites are the children of God, right? So we have godly traits, right? We're trying to live righteously outside of the flesh and in the spirit. Read that again, King.
This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of the devil you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning.
He was a what?
He was a murderer from the beginning.
And like the brother said, you don't have to go and stab somebody and they die. Shoot them in the face and they die. Run them over with your car. You ain't got to drop a big old wrecking ball on them for you to be a murderer. All you have to do is what? Hate your brother. Is that not what Esau did to Jacob? He hated his brother. He was a murderer from the beginning.
That's right.
God, all praises to the Most High.
For the one,
Well, if we see it, sister, we'll let you know that it's coming. All praises to the Most High. Everybody, brothers, if y'all see the one, let the princess know that the one's coming. Come, all praises to the Most High. Right? Now, read that again from the top for the sister
The
king.
book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father, the devil.
You are what?
Ye are of your father, the devil.
This is why most people want to live in the world. Go ahead.
And the lust of your father ye will do.
And the what?
And the lust of your father ye will do.
Right, because you pick up what you're around. If your father the devil, you're going to pick up all his traits. You're going to do his lust, right? Go ahead.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
Now, when you hear the word murderer, you think that this person killed somebody, don't you? But the Bible says that if you hate your brother in your heart, you're a murderer.
That's right.
So if you hate your own people, you're a murderer, right? You know the story of Jacob and Esau?
yeah,
Okay, and Esau hated Jacob,
his brother.
his brother.
That's right.
So that he was a murderer from the beginning.
Right.
Because the word devil just means to do what? To deceive.
That's right.
The word devil just means to lie to you, to deceive you, to trick you, to fake you out from you not having what is true, right? So, what you say, Yacht?
One.
Okay, Khan, that's your bus right there, princess. All praises to the Most High. But, Khan, make sure you check on that YouTube. Don't get rid of that. All right? All praises to the Most High.
Praise.
Khan, all praises to the Most High, right? Because people are of their father the devil, man.
That's right.
Right? I used to be of my father the devil.
Uh-huh.
But the Lord had to change me
Right.
from the inside out. Let me know that it is the Spirit that quickeneth.
That's right.
That the flesh don't profit anything. The Lord had to let me know that I was an Israelite, not just some black dude, not some high yellow nigga, right? That I am a child of God, right? And that not that everybody is, right? So let me get 1 Samuel chapter 10 and verse 6, Papa Kasha, right? The Lord had to tell me these things in order for me to believe them. I had to learn these things in order for me to believe them. I wasn't just on the boat. I didn't wake up and was like, oh, yay, good, I'm great. Nah, the Lord had to tell me things like this. Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 10 and verse 6.
Check it out.
And the Spirit of the Lord will come upon thee.
And the what?
And the Spirit of the Lord will come upon
You
thee.
start reading these scriptures. You start reading precept upon precept. And the what?
And the Spirit of the Lord will come upon thee.
Right.
And thou shalt prophesy with them.
And what?
And thou shalt prophesy with them.
And you shall prophesy with them. Go ahead.
And shall be turned unto another man.
And you shall be changed. You will be turned into another man.
That's right.
If you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, you're not going to be the same dude that you used to be. It's called repentance for a reason.
That's right.
Because you convert and you change into another man. You will no longer be who you used to be, right? Let me get Sirach chapter 32 and verse 24, Baba Kashan, right? And that's what we out here to do. We out here to let you know, whether you hear it from there, that you have to change. If you're not keeping the works of the Most High God, you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, you got to change. You have to become another man or another woman. You can't be the same old, every day, all the time, and think that you're going to get the kingdom of heaven. What the hell kind of thoughts is it that you can do whatever the hell you want, and on your deathbed you say, God, I repent, I'm sorry. And he's supposed to be like, oh, it's okay, I love you, come on with me. You treating the Most High God like a simp. Like he gotta watch the kids when you go out. I'm going to the club, you take care of everything over there. You can't do that to the Lord. Just because you do that to the simple ass husband, you can't do that to the Lord. The Lord ain't with that. He'll put you off quick. He created you. He can destroy you. Right?
That's right.
Bring that out, King.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 32 and verse 24.
Right?
He that believeth in the Lord taketh heed to the commandments.
He that what?
He that keepeth the commandments of the Lord, it's like it. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 24. He that believes in the Lord taketh heed to the commandments. And he that trusts in him shall never fear the worst.
Shall never what?
Shall never fear the worst.
Right. If you believe in the Lord, you fear the Lord, you take heed to these commandments, man.
That's right.
Right? And you shall never fear the worst. Why? Because is not the Lord the creator? Right? Of all things?
Yes, he is.
Right? Let me get Romans 9 and 20, Baba Kashan, right? The Lord being the creator, he can do whatever the heck he wants. Right? He does whatever he pleases. Right? Bring that out, kid.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 20. Nay, but, O man, who art thou that rebellest against God?
That what?
That rebellest against God.
How do we do that? How do you rebel against your creator? How do you do that, right? Go ahead.
Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Why has what?
Why hast thou made me this?
Now the Lord made you in whatever way you're in. How you gonna go to him and say, why you make me like this?
Right.
You'd have to be a fool to do that. Right? But a lot of our people are what? Foolish. Right? So that's why they question their creator. Why have you made me like this? Right? Go ahead.
Have not the potter power over the clay?
Have what?
Have not the potter power over the clay?
Of course the potter has power over the clay. He created it. He can make you to be something great and make you to be nothing at all. Right? Go ahead.
Of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor,
right,
and another unto dishonor.
Right. The Lord can make one pottery, right? And he make a beautiful vase. And he put it up because he liked it the way it looked. He set it there. And now guess what? I'm using it as what? Decoration. And then he take another pot and he use it and he make it what? A trash can.
Right.
And he's done this with people. He has made some to be beautiful decorations, and he has made some to be nothing but trash cans. Right? This is something that we have to get through our thick heads and understand that the Lord ain't playing. Right? But we don't understand anything that the Lord does. So while we out here trying to figure him out, you can't even understand your own wife. You don't understand your kids. You don't understand your kids' homework.
Right.
Salakia, King. And you out here trying to understand the Most High God that created heaven and earth, right? That made the seas and everything that's in it.
Right.
You thinking that you can understand the Lord, and you can't even understand your timetables, division, multiplication? Come on, man. How can you say to the potter, why have you made me like this, right? Go ahead.
What if God willing to show his wrath and to make his power known?
Right.
Endure with much long suffering.
And did what?
Endure with much long suffering.
Right.
The vessels of wrath fitted to destruction.
Right. He does do that. With much long suffering does he just sit back and wait. He just let people do wrong all the time. Because he endureth with much long suffering. He just wait for you to bury yourself. That's all you be doing is you digging a hole and throwing the dirt on your own head. You digging a hole and throwing the dirt on your own head. You are burying yourself.
That's right.
And the Lord just sit there and watch and let you do it. Right? But he does give you a grace period, right?
That's right.
To be able to change. But we choose to do what? We choose not to change.
Right.
We'd rather be turning up in the club. I'd rather have 10,000 views on TikTok or YouTube.
Right.
My Instagram is turning up. I just got this new record label. Right? Man, it's all foolishness and vanity to the Lord. Go ahead.
And that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy.
That's right, man. That's exactly what the Lord does, man. He makes known the riches of his glory, the vessels of mercy. Why you think he kept hardening Pharaoh's heart?
Right.
To show his power.
That's right.
To who? To the Israelites.
That's
To
right.
let them know, look, I love y'all. I am the greatest thing that you'll ever see ever in your life. But I will also put my wrath on you.
That's right.
But if you change, I'll put my love on you.
That's right.
I'll show you these riches. I'll show you this honor. I will take away the wrath away from you, right? And I will put it onto your enemies, right? Go ahead.
And that he may make known the riches of his glory
Right.
on the vessels of mercy,
Right.
which he had afore prepared unto glory.
Right. He made this from the beginning.
That's right.
He set this up for us from the get-go. We just don't know these things. And we don't even care. Right? Let me get Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 4 about the show. We have no idea of how the Lord thinks, yet we always try to tell him he's wrong.
Right.
The Lord is never late, yet we always try to tell him, how come it's taking you so long? The Lord always does what he says he's going to do, yet you're always like, Lord, how come you haven't done it yet?
Right.
Because man is foolish, right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 1 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
According as he had chosen us.
He has what?
As he hath chosen us.
Right. The Lord prepared this thing long time ago, right? He declared the end from the beginning.
That's
He
right.
has chosen us, right? Go ahead.
According as he hath chosen us in him before the foundations of the world.
Before when?
Before the foundations of the world.
Before the Lord created the world, he chose us. Hey, brother, you know who you are according to the Bible? You know who you are according to the Bible. Listen to this scripture real quick.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter
You
1
too,
and
King.
verse 4. According as he had chosen us.
He has chosen us. Now, did God choose everybody? Come over here so I can talk to y'all like men, right? Because y'all's young kings, y'all have to grow up to be men, right? Manly kings. Now, has God chosen everybody? Who did he choose? I'm going to give you a hint. Who did he choose? The 12 tribes of Israel is who God chose.
Right.
He didn't choose everybody, but he gonna tell you how he chose. Go ahead.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 1 and verse 4. According as he had chosen us and him before the foundation of the
So the
world.
Lord chose y'all and us before the foundation of the world. before he even built any part of the world, before he said, let there be light, before he made ground, before he made the water, he chose us from the foundation of the world, right? Go ahead.
That we should be holy.
That we should be what?
That we should be holy.
Right.
And without blame before him in love.
Right. So how do you do that? How do you be holy without blame in love before the Lord? How do we do that? You ever been to church? You ever been to church? And y'all don't have that answer because they don't teach you that in church. They don't teach us the truth, right?
Right.
Let's find out the love of God, right? Let me get 1 John chapter 5, start at verse 2, Baba Kishon, right?
The book of 1 John, chapter 5, and verse 2.
Bring it out.
How do we be blameless?
First John, oh, me, Peter, sloppy.
1 John 5 and 2.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse 2. By this, we know that we love the children of God.
So you are children of God, right? Because on your father's side, what would your father's nationality be? He'd be called a what? An African American, which would be a so-called black man, right? You'd be from the tribe of who? Judah, right?
Right.
You are a child of God. We know that we love God whenever we love his children, right? Go ahead.
By this, we know that we love the children of God,
Right.
when we love God,
Right.
and keep his commandments.
And do what?
And keep his
Now we
commandments.
seem blameless?
And keep his commandments.
Right. We have to keep the commandments of God, man. That's how we're seen blameless.
Uh-huh.
This is how we're seen to love the Lord, right? Keep going.
For this is the love of God.
How do you love God? How you love God? By getting close to him? How you do that? You got an elevator? You got an escalator? You got a plane that fly up there. How you get close to God? By what? By praying? So praying get you closer to God? Now, what if my prayer is different than your prayer? What if I pray for your uplifting, but you pray for me to fall? Would that get you closer to God? So, how would you get close to God? If you don't know, you say, I don't know. This way you get the answer. If you do know, then you give your answer. Right? Right, so let's see.
Book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse 3.
Bring it out.
For this is the love of
So
God,
this is how you love God.
that we keep his commandments.
That we what?
That we keep his commandments.
That we what?
That we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous.
So how you love God? By keeping what? By what? By what?
Right.
That's how you love
right.
God.
Right.
By
Right.
keeping his commandments, right? Because everybody say, I love God.
Uh-huh.
But if you ask them how you love God, what do they say? They say stuff like you said, brother. By going close to him. By praying. But the Lord said the way that you love him is that you have to keep his commandments. Right?
Right.
Do you know any of God's commandments? So you got to learn God's commandments so that you can show that you love God, because isn't love an action word? Because I can just tell you I love you.
Uh-huh.
Does that mean I love you? I have to show action to show that I love you, though, right?
That's right.
Can you send God flowers? Can you send him candy? Can you give him a hug or a kiss? You can't even get close to him like you said, unless you keeping his commandments.
That's right.
So that means that you have to learn what? Some commandments. Can I give y'all some commandments before y'all go? I see that y'all in a rush and everything, but let me give you some commandments so you can learn to say that you love God and actually mean it.
Right.
Let me get the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 7.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 7. And the swine.
Now, what is swine? If y'all hear the word swine, what does that mean? It's an animal. That's a good answer. You know? You know? Swine is a pig, right? It's a pig, just the old word for the stinking, dirty animal pig, right? So now when you hear swine, you know that it means pig. Go ahead.
And the swine,
Right.
though he divideth the hoof,
Right.
and be clover-footed,
Right?
yet he cheweth not the cud.
It means that he only has one stomach. So whenever he actually eats something, it don't get regurgitated into his stomach. So it doesn't actually get digest it properly.
Right.
Where other animals have multiple stomachs and it'll digest and come back, get regurgitated, go back, and it's digested properly. So whenever you eat that animal, you cool with eating that animal because it ain't still sitting in him. Pigs eat everything. They'll eat themselves. They eat feces. They eat mud, dirt. They'll eat you, right? So if you eat that, you eating all that stuff that he ate, right? Right. So the swine, go ahead.
And the swine, though he divideth the hoof and be clover-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud.
Right.
He is unclean to you.
He is what?
He is unclean to you.
So y'all brothers eat pork? At all? You do? You don't? You brother? You eat pig? Sometimes? Right? But the Lord said that he's what?
He is unclean to you.
Right?
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
So what are we not supposed to do with pig? You're not supposed to eat it.
That's right.
Right? Go ahead.
And their carcass shall ye not touch.
You're not even supposed to touch its dead body. So that means you ain't even supposed to prepare pig in the first place. I know Big Mama and Grandma, Mom, Pops, everybody want pork chops,
right.
pork loins, pork tenderloins and everything.
Right.
We ain't even supposed to deal with that because we're royal people.
That's right.
You're too high of a people to deal with that thing, right? So you got to cut pork out of your diet. No matter who's cooking it for you, no matter if they get mad at you, we ought to obey God rather than man.
That's right.
So if your mama tell you, hey baby, come on in here, eat some of this pork chops, you gotta say, Mom, nah. Leviticus 11:7 say, I don't care what Leviticus 11:7 say. As soon as she say that, I'm not hungry no more. I'll go make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You have to obey God rather than man.
That's right.
Right? So even if your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your uncle, your sister is telling you to eat these pork chop sandwiches, to eat any kind of bacon that's made of pork, to eat pepperoni on his pizza because it looked good, what is y'all not gonna do? Not gonna eat it.
That's
right? All praises, because that's how kings turn themselves into kings.
Right.
By keeping kingly statures, right? Walking around with your pants sagging, smoking this blood, man, having a thing on me and everything. That's not a king's stature. They have brought us down to the lowest possible status on earth and make us do what? Think that it's lovely. They make us think that it's great. They make us chase after. You got a bug on you right there, brother. Right? They make us chase after these things, right? And then what they call it? We in the what? It's on your leg, up. They call it the trap, right? You in a trap. We in a trap. Is a trap a good thing? Ain't that what you use to catch something? Right, so why we keep getting caught up in these traps, man? Why we keep getting caught up in these traps? Because we keep following after who? Let me get that picture real quick, King. Who this? Who? I'm going to ask each one of y'all individually. Brother, what's your name? Say it again. Zayden? Zayden? Who would you say that is? What's your name, King? Anthony, who would you say that is? Y'all catching the bus or y'all leaving it? Here, King. Here, hold up, King. I got you one, too. Here, Anthony. Okay, all praise to the Most High, man. We gotta raise our people up, man, and keep their people down just like that. That's how they gotta be. This how it's gonna be in the kingdom. All praise to the Most High. Right? That's exactly how it's gonna be. All praise to the Most High God, man.
Forever.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that forever. That's what the Lord said. We gotta get a glimpse of it right now. That way we can see it right now.
Right.
The Lord shows it, right?
That's right.
That's of the spirit right there, right? I can't be touching everybody. Close it, brother. Now, like I said, the Lord gonna do that to these people, but right now, you know, it ain't that time. There's a time and a place for everything.
That's right.
And right now, it's not the time for that. All praise to the Most High, right? But we still get to see little glimpses of it, right? Every time that boy come around, he kneeled down in front of the prophets of the Lord, right? And it's not of our doing. It has nothing to do with us, but it's because of what? It's because of the Lord, right? The Lord put that spirit on him, right? That's that pottery that is made for nothingness. That's that trash can pot right there, right? All Why? Why? Because we get the blessings, right? You hold some, King? Okay, come on. Give me Romans chapter 9. Well, actually, give me 7. And what I want. Verse 7?
Romans 27?
7? Romans 7, I think 7:14. Bible Kashaf.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 7 and verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual.
For we know what?
For we know that the law is spiritual.
So in order for you to be of the Lord, you have to be in the spirit in the first place.
Right.
Because the law is what?
The law is spiritual.
Right.
But we are carnal.
But we are what?
But we are carnal.
But we are what?
But we are carnal.
Right. See, whenever I first came into this thing and I started seeing the heathen laying down and seeing all that, I was in a carnal mindset. Like, yeah, go ahead, kneel down, boy. Kiss my boot. Right? But the law is spiritual. Right? So we have to keep that spiritual mindset, right? We have to know that there's a time and a place for everything, as it says in Ecclesiastes, right? Right now is the time and a place for me to be getting my boots kissed, right? Because what's that doing for me right now? Nothing. That's vanity.
Right.
Whenever it's underneath of the Lord within His kingdom, then that'll be great honor.
That's right.
Right now, it's just vanity, right? Read that again from the top up.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 7 and verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual.
That's right.
But we are carnal,
Right.
sold under sin.
Sold to what?
Sold under sin.
And we sold under sin, and the brother brought out a mighty precept earlier. He brought out Romans 6 and 23. We sold under sin, so what's the wages of it? It's what?
Death.
What's the wages of sin?
Death.
Right. Hey, brother with the blue shirt, what's the wages of sin? It's death.
That's right.
Right?